So today what we're going to do, we're going to talk about how to find certain function values just given a graph. Now, of course, we know how to evaluate certain functions just by plugging in, just the numbers. But here, what if we're not given a function and we have to estimate what the actual function values are? So we have a graph of just some function, okay? That's what this blue line represents. And we're asked to find certain values. Okay? We're asked to find certain values. So here, we're asked to find what f of 0 is, f of 10, and f of 16. Now, if you recall, your y values are your vertical axis, your x values are your horizontal axis. And because of function notation, the number inside the parentheses is what tells you what the x is. F of whatever is your entire y value. So remember, your y value is dependent on what your x value is. So we have to read from the inside out. So in this problem right here, if we were trying to figure out what f of 0 is, we go to our graph and we go to where we have the x is 0, which means x0, which means it would be here right at the origin. Now, where is my blue line when my x value is 0? Bam, it's somewhere right about in here. So we could say in the ballpark 5. Okay, so f of 0 would be 5. Okay, so that's how we can kind of estimate what the function values are. Now let's do the same process for f of 10. You got to ask yourself this question. When my x value is 10, so I'm going to my x value of 10, where is my y value? Where does my blue line fall into? So my blue line, when my x value is 10, is about right here. So that means my y value would be 2. Okay? And then same process, when my x value is 16, so right about in here, what would my y value be? So where is my blue line when my x value is 16? So it's about in the ballpark or right here. So that means your y value would be 1 in that ballpark. Okay? So literally you just have to look from the inside out. This tells you where to start, so your x values are always where you start, and then you look to see where your blue line is at. That's where you got to figure out where your y value is. Okay, so let's take it a step further. What if we had f of, I don't know, let's say 13. So f of 13, well, 13 would be about right in here. And let me kind of clean that up a little bit for you. Okay. Okay, so f of 13, so 13 would be right here in this ballpark, okay, where my mouse cursor is. And then if we go up to where our blue line is, f of 13 would be somewhere, I don't know, let's say about 1.8. Okay, so that's about where f of 13 would be, where your x value is 13 and your blue line is right here. Then you go over and then kind of estimate where your y value would be. So that's why I said about 1.8. You can do about 1.6 to 1.9 or 2 or something like that. So that's how you're kind of able to determine where function values are. As always, if you have any questions, please let me know.